Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's take a look at what's happening on the market today. Let's see if we can pick up some good trades and probably have another great day like yesterday. Let me see if there's anybody online right now. Okay, so we are empty on the chat site. But once we've got some people online, and any questions that you guys have, just drop them on the live chat there, and then we'll take it from there. Okay. Here we are, good people. I hope everything is clear, everything looks good, and yeah. Let me quickly move the there we go. Perfect. Okay, so this is a trade we took in the Asian session, which ended quite good. Let me just go back a bit here. Didn't reach our maximum RR, but I did kind of good. So what happened on this position? I think when I posted it, let me just open it on our chat site here, and then you'll see just what I'm talking about. Okay. Just gonna open that picture quickly and just drag it to the side here. There we go. It seems to be so slow. Anyway, while it loads there, let's see what's happening here. Okay, it seems like it doesn't want to open. But anyway, so we got this position. Price was somewhere in this area here, if not up here. And then I just want an entry after it breaks these lows, which it did. It came, broke the lows. And actually on the lower time frame, you'd see that it retraced first, formed a bit of a range here, then dropped down again, hit our stop, and that's when we had a buy stop set up at the top there. And it came back, executed, and then went all the way up to our 123, and then hit our 125, if I'm not mistaken. No, actually didn't. Yeah, so went up there and then came back down to hit our 123 again, and it's been ranging here and then came back to break even. So it wasn't a bad trade, but yeah. Okay, so let's restart again and analyze from scratch. So on this live session, we'll be covering just over 6 pairs, and then on our premium channel, we've got all the pairs we'll be looking at. Okay, I'm just going to remove all the alerts that we have. It's a new day, new analysis. Okay, There we are. So, gold, we see a nice uptrend here that we're working with. Right here. So I'm just gonna open it right here. And from the daily view, usually I start with the arcade, but we're already here, so we might as well get to it. Can look at this balance here that's being filled. You can see this auto block here. Look at this massive imbalance that was filled here. But we weren't looking at the markets then. Anyway, so this is where we are. And there's a small one here as well. Price could potentially be going to it as well. And then we've got these highs here. We are not sure if price is gonna come and take those, and an imbalance there, the daily imbalance. Daily order block, I'm sorry about that. Daily order block here. Okay, so it's safe to assume that price is most probably going to close half of this and then either go to the top, take these, and then take that, probably come down before that, or go down first, clearing this massive liquidity here. Clearing this massive liquidity here. Okay, there we go. And then on the bottom side, looking on the daily, we've got some imbalances here. We've got another one here. We've got a nice daily zone here. And then we've got another one here, of course. So there's massive, massive liquidity in this area right here on the daily. Okay, and then when you scroll down to the lower time frame, I always forget to move that. Okay, so on the 4 hour, we've got some liquidity created in this level here, which are equal highs there at the top. Okay. There's a bit of a this is a nice sensitive area here. Sorry about that. Let me just use a different marking tool for this one. This area right here, it's pretty sensitive to price. Okay, and then we also have another zone here, or had, and then yeah, and then we've got some liquidity in this area here, which has started forming. Okay. Okay, so we've got a bit of an idea, or a mind map of what's happening with price here. This massive imbalance here was filled. It was somewhere here. There's a massive imbalance there. That was filled here, of course. Just gonna remove it. So on the 4 hour, okay, that's another sensitive area. That's another sensitive area here at the bottom. And then, okay. Who's low? If this low was attacked, we'll probably get Okay, so this is what we have so far, sensitive area, and then we've got nice liquidity here, liquidity there, liquidity at the bottom here. So we should expect price to either break the bottom one first, clear the top first, get some imbalances here whilst clearing these local highs here, and then coming back down to clear this bigger liquidity zone here at the bottom, take out this low, get some imbalances there as well, or the other way around. So this would probably be how I would look at it. Get this liquidity, grab this, probably create another little area here or wherever, but you get my point. So just from this look alone, we can already have an idea of what price is trying to do or where it's most probably going to hit. Liquidity here, area here, liquidity here, liquidity here, liquidity here, massive liquidity here, and then imbalance here. Okay. Okay, and then I'm gonna drop down to the 1 hour. I'm gonna get a nice area we want to tee off from. Okay, getting closer and closer to price. Getting personal with price. Okay, so on the 1 hour, there's an imbalance here. There's an imbalance there. Order block. Liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. So, okay, so from this view, it's safe to say I'll probably want to come back down from the top, grabbing these areas here with a pretty nice stop loss range, of course. Or I'd wait for price to come down, take these areas here, potentially come down and take these as well, and go to the top. Let me just get a bit closer. I'd say these are, and go grab these as well. These are much better options. It could go down to grab these as well, but not all imbalances have to be filled. So this is where we are with gold, and you could, I wouldn't, but you could also try take something from this zone. If it doesn't break this, if it doesn't take these orders here first, if it drops down, grab some of this liquidity first before going up to grab these. You could take this one as well. You could. And then grabbing these, and if it does do this first, then we will potentially get something like this. So it would drop, grab the liquidity, come back up, grab some of the liquidity on the trend line there, close some of the imbalances there, come back down all the way, grabbing this as well. And whilst it does that, it will be creating some orders here, trend line or anything of that sort. Okay, so gold, we've got a bias. It's not exact, but then again, nothing is exact in the market. Okay, so this is where we are with gold. Okay, then let's go down to the 15-minute. Okay, so these are my areas of interest. So I'd want to know when price breaks this low. I'd want to know when price breaks this trend, and then start setting up my attack zones, the tee off areas, the beauty. So that's what I'd want to see. So if we could mark this, we'll probably put it something like this. Tee off area. So this would be the first tee off. This would be the second tee off, and then that would be the third tee off. So there we go. There we go. So this is where we are. This is where we are. Okay. I'm just gonna grab this and post it onto our channels, and then we'll take it from there. We are gonna wait for price to hit these levels first before doing anything. Okay. Okay, so let me just do this quickly. First trade idea. And then I'm gonna scroll back up here. We're gonna look at the ORCAD. That was a pretty nice position from the ORCAD yesterday. Let me also open the FTMO economic calendar, which will give us an idea of what's happening in the news. Okay, so this is the position we got from the ORCAD, which was epic. It was epic. I'm telling you, it was beautiful. Look at that. So we hit 1 to 6, but then again, because it didn't get to the 8, it was 1 to 5. That is beautiful. Okay, so with the ORCAD, we will be picking out the. Okay, let me just mark gold. ORCAD. Actually, I'm going to take a bit of a break quickly. I need to grab something, and then I'll get back in the next 3 to 5 minutes. Hi, Elin. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a bit volatile. I haven't actually tried my analysis on Bitcoin, but I'll take a look. And then we'll see how it goes. I wouldn't really be confident about it unless I do a bit of back testing on it. So that will be a difficult one, but I'll do it, and then I'll drop it onto our my channel. So yeah, onto the free channel, of course. Okay, so give me 5 minutes, guys. I'll be back shortly. Okay, so we are back. Let's take a look at what's happening with the arcade. Bigger time view, you can see all these imbalances. You can see what's happening there. But what we are going to be doing is focusing on this small area for the purpose of our trading, of course. So moving forward, I'll be just looking at daily, so only the key levels, and then from there I'll cut it down to 4 hour now in the 15 minutes. So, okay. On the daily, we've got this nice trend line. It's pretty good. In this area here, support at the bottom, and then we've got this area here. So we're walking in this zone, and if you take a look at this, see from here, that's actually broken, and then now it's retesting this key level. So what most people are going to do now is start selling, because it created all these orders here at the top, and then these orders here at the top, and then there's still orders laying down here. So we are probably going to see that, and then probably either come down to this, or we'll get that, come retest this, create something along this way, and then yeah, so that's what we're most probably going to see. So let's drop down to the 4 hour and get our key levels on the 4 hour zone. Okay, so on the 4 hours, it's beautiful liquidity here. We've got some nice liquidity here on this level. Not really visible, but it's there. And the high there, of course, filling up this imbalance. Okay. So from this 10 point, you can see this massive, well, that's kind of broken there and there, but it's still there. We've got this imbalance here. Okay, and then some orders that lie here as well. So liquidity zone here. Somewhere here, and also there. Okay, so for the purpose of our trading, we will be looking at this area. Okay, so dropping down to the 1 hour. Let's take a look at that. 1 hour, we've got some nice liquidity at the bottom here. I hope my sound is good and you guys can hear me properly. If you can't, just drop a comment on the live chat. I'll see it and then I'll adjust my mic here. Okay, so it's breaking these, taking these orders here at the top. So I was probably going to come down first, grab these. So we would want to get in after it grabs these orders here, targeting these. So I'll leave it like that, and would also want to get in from the top. Well, it is grabbing these orders here, so number 2 would be to come in from the top, and after it grabs these orders, of course, and yeah, we're grabbing these. So after it grabs these orders here, and then grabbing these as well, we would get in. Targeting this liquidity zone, and then these orders here and those that are lying here. So we only have 2 plays for this one, and I'd wait for them. I'll definitely wait for them, but I can see this one is already getting there. So let it take out this high first, grab some orders, and then we start prepping for a nice entry to the downside. Okay, so I'm going to put an alert just below this recent high, and then I'll put an alert right before it enters the zone as well on the OCAD. And I'm actually doing this analysis without taking a look at the economic calendar, which is not smart because the page is loading and taking a minute. Okay, so we've got the tee off areas here. Beautiful. The first tee off, and then the second tee off here. There we go. Okay, there we go. So we'll be waiting for that. And I can see it's grabbing these at the top first, so we should expect it we should expect to get the second tee off move. So that's what we're gonna be waiting for. There's a whole lot of liquidity at the top and at the bottom. Massive amount of liquidity. And we will be trading in between those, so yep. There we go. Drop these in our free channel. Okay. Well, this one is actually going to our zone now, so probably going to get a loud alert shortly. Whilst it does that, I'm going to open my OCAD position here. We'll be risking $500 in this trade, and potentially going to be this one. So let's drop down to the 15 minutes and then just see what's going on here. On the 15, okay, let me move this one to the side and bring this one here. Okay, so 15 minutes, we still wanted to take out these highs, and then we're not going to use sell limit. We wanted to basically first take out the highs and then grab it on the way down. So that's what we'll be focusing on. That's what we'll be looking at. So the zones, some people get in prematurely, which I wouldn't do. I mean, right now there's no reason to come back down from here. You needed to grab these highs. If it does come back down, well, that's a bummer. But anyway, we've got an imbalance here on the way up. Potentially also forming another imbalance here, which it will come back and fill. So let me just do this. I'm just going to use half of this candle's high, and then whatever candle is going to form, wherever it's going to turn, that's what I'm going to be using the stop loss. And it's definitely going to be a tight stop loss. Let me go down to the 5 minutes. Okay, there we go. That's how it would look. So I'm just waiting for, yeah, there we go. And then my take profit zones, so it's going to be 1 to 3. And like I said, I need tight stop. So for now, it's going to look like this. And if you are in the channel, you'll get a better view of this, because we will, let me move this to the side. There we go. we'll be posting this as it updates, and if we change any of the entries and so forth, we will update. Then liquidity at the bottom. So it's 1 to 3, 1 to 5, 1 to 8, and then from then on, 10 and beyond, it's a blessing, of course. There we go. So that's how it look. Just scroll back out to the 1 hour so we can see how it looks. There we go. Okay. Something is slow here, but anyway. Daily, we see what's happening. Then we'll switch to the 4 hour. Okay, something seems to be slow here, but we'll fix it. Okay, 4 hour on the AUDCHF, massive imbalance there. Okay, I don't like these long wicks. These long wicks give me a bit of a what's this? My stop loss to be big, which I really do not like. Okay, you can see this trend line. You can see this sensitive area here. So this pair we definitely keep skipping. And then let's go down to the okay, something's wrong with my Chrome, so I need to open the stream on a different platform quickly so I can be able to see what's going on in the comments section, and I don't go above anybody's head. Okay, so there we go. I see somebody should wait for the market to form, or should we put pending orders? Don't put pending orders. I did that yesterday with the gold position. Actually, not the gold position. The Swiss franc JPY. And then just to give you a bit of an overview of what it did, which I do not like, and that's why I don't like pending orders. Actually, I forgot which pay it was. So what I would do is it would trigger first, go take out the highs and the lows, and then come back down to our entry position into our direction. So you'd actually put an alert for you to be able to see the trigger, and then after you see the trigger, you wait for price to come back down, use the momentum, and then just get into the position from that angle. So that's how you take advantage and have better entries. So I'd advise you use that instead. And then if it does pass your zone, you can actually rather use stops, not limits. That's a better way of doing it. Okay, so we've got a nice zone here. Nice daily key zone here. I'll leave this one here as well. But for the purpose of our stream, we're going to be looking at these levels, like these two levels. So I'm showing how to move those two big ones there. And then I'm going to put them right here. Daily zone. Awesome, I hope it makes sense. There we go. Okay, so this is what we have so far. So we're working in this range. So we are going to be bouncing with this, get a fake out at the top or the bottom, grab all the way down, and it's forming a lot of liquidity in this area. There's a lot of orders at the top here. There's a lot of orders at the bottom here. So we'll be waiting for it to do that. So from a daily perspective, you will see something like this. I don't know when it's going to happen. Either retest the zone, creating something, creating more orders, either go up or come down, grab these orders at the bottom as well. So that's what we're most likely going to see, and the same applies to the bottom zone as well. Okay, so and then we're gonna scroll down to the 1 hour, and you can see in the 1 hour, in the farm, sorry about that, there's a trend happening here. So we're seeing some orders piling up at the bottom here, and it's also closing this massive imbalance that it created when it came down from the top. And so that's where we are. Just put this back. Okay. This is where we are. Okay. So we've got some orders laying at the top and at the bottom. At the top of this as well. It's probably a sensitivity area that I'm going to keep on. Okay. And then so we are working in this area. We're working in this area. Then let's drop down to the 1 hour. Drop down to the 1 hour. You can see a nice imbalance happening here, closing down this massive one here on the far left that happened in yesterday's New York. And then trend line forming. And then you can see some liquidity being created here. And then you can see some here. And of course the one at the bottom. And then potential imbalance forming here. Great. So here we've got a down move that we'll be working on all the way until this low here. So we're grabbing this imbalance, of course, which would have created liquidity all the way down. And then also to get a better entry, I'd want to put it in the zone and then have a stop just above. And then what I'd want to see, of course, is price to actually first go up and then come back down. So I'd want to see that happening first. So if it does turn here and then go down, I'll wait for it and then have the same idea, same premise at the bottom until it eventually cracks this open, grab whatever, go to the opposite direction, or crack the one open, grab whatever, or go the opposite direction. So this is the idea for this trade. It's London Open, and our stream will be ending shortly. So let me just finish this AU pair. Drop down to the 15 minutes. Thrash through these orders here. Filled a bit of this imbalance here, actually all of it. So now I want to take out these highs, these equal highs at the back. And then once it does, that's when I'll be interested in taking this position. Until then, nope, we are not going in. And I'll also probably adjust my stop loss, which will affect my RR. There we go. 1 to 5 and then 1 to 8, of course. And then beyond 1 to 10. There we go. And then, of course, grabbing these orders here, so it could hit on to 16. There we go. Okay. So we've got something like this for AU. So we would have alert here. Once it smashes through that, I'll be notified. and then I'll come in and place my position. And until then, we just sit tight. See, you've got a position on the arcade, or rather the arcade went into my zone. So let me just post this trade idea. This is a third trade idea which we'll be exploring. Drop this in the dojo and then drop it in one of these groups as well. Okay, so AllCAD test our zone. So now waiting for it to hit that level. And then what I'm going to do with this pair is place a stop. So if it does go above my level here, I don't know why I put it that early, but if it does go above my zone here, I'm probably going to tighten my entry and then stop as well, and then put a sell stop. Okay, so do I go for equal tops? Sometimes, yep. But mostly I'm just focused on the areas of liquidity where most orders lie, and then take it from there. So this is going to be an interesting one, which we will, someone would have probably gotten in by now, but this area here, this high here, I need it out before I even consider going for this. So I do go in, and then I think we get a ton load of pips, and then yeah, for me, nope. Let me just actually put it down. Oh, sorry. Scroll down here. There we go. So I want that to be wiped out first. Okay, so that's it for the stream. Anything else will be dropped onto the channel. Any adjustments will be dropped onto the channel, and then we'll take it from there. Awesome, Marco. So also try and I mean, there's auto blocks and balances. So what I basically do is to take a look at what retail is thinking. Hence, you see the trend lines, you see the patterns and so forth, and then I think of where most of the stops will be, most of the orders will be, and then from then on, I try and work around what institutions will probably do. So they'll probably go for those orders. So moving from imbalance to imbalance, liquidity area to liquidity areas, orders to orders, and then also sensitivity areas where price is reacting a lot. That's also areas where I watch and focus on. So that's where we are. So the arcade high was just taken out. So I will put my entry now, 93564, and then stop loss, I'm just going to squeeze it a bit tighter. Doesn't really matter for me because I know it's going to tank from there. Wherever it's going to be coming from, it'll be tanking. 0.93593. Take profit is 123. Second TP is 125, 0.93326. And then the third one, 93183. 93183. There we go. And then what I'll do as well is put an alert on my 123. So what happens here now is once my position triggers, I'd want to, it didn't take out the liquidity area there. So it's a bit of a concern for me for now. But let me just do this. Okay, so let's keep the stop right above this area for now, and then see how it plays out. Okay, so once that's done, actually I lost my chain of thought now. Oh yeah, once it hits my 1, 2, 3, I'll probably adjust all my running positions to not even break even. Sometimes I'll go to 1 to 2. So the worst case scenario, 1 to 2. And until then, that's what I do. Okay, so that's where we are, guys. Check out the Telegram channels, and then let's make some money. Cheers, guys. Do you guys have any questions or before I head out? Nothing so far. Nothing so far. Anytime, anytime. Okay, so cheers, guys. Let me head over to the markets.